Hi, it's Caitlin and I hope you like neon creams. This is a new collection from Glisten Glow. It features 8 bleached neon creams specifically. So we will swatch those and see what you think. These are available now on the Glisten Glow website and they're all inspired by candy, which always excites me because I do love candy, but just in small doses. So these polishes are all blacklight reactive, but I don't have a blacklight. I probably should get one, but I don't have one. So I can't speak for that aspect of them, but they probably would all work really well for stamping and water marbling because they do have a thicker consistency. These will be available on the Glisten Glow website, and let's get into it. We'll start off by looking at Key Lime Pie. This one is a bleached green neon cream, and I am swatching some of these over a just like clear base coat. It's got like a slightly green tint. And then I swatched some of them over a rich filling base coat, and I do think these perform better over just like a regular clear base coat versus a rich filling base coat, at least in my experience. So it's kind of counterintuitive, but I definitely prefer the performance of these over just like a regular clear blue green tinted base versus anything that has like any cloudiness to it. You want something that's clear. And of course I'm covering all of my swatches with a coat of Glisten Glow's Top Coat. It is fantastic. One of my favorites along with Cuticula Limitless. You will see that this performed really beautifully in 2 coats. These do dry with a tiny sort of satiny bit of a finish to them, so you will want a glossy top coat to smooth everything out. And I did color correct these so they look accurate to what I saw with my eyes with my skin tone. Here we have Sour Apple Airheads, and this one's a bleached jade green neon cream, which I think is really interesting. I haven't really seen that really ever. So this one is a really pretty shade. I don't really know if it's neon per se, but it's a really nice shade of jade green. It's deep, it's beautiful, and it has a really good formula, as you can see. So I kind of adjusted my lighting to make it look more accurate, and this is more accurate here in this clip. The other thing I will note about these polishes is that they do have a thick formula. So if you wanted, you could thin them if you don't like a thick cream. But if you just want to work with them out of the bottle, my recommendation would be to let each coat dry for about 5 to 10 minutes and then let the nails dry as well. Definitely 5 to 10 minutes before you go in with your top coat to prevent any pulling of the polish, and try your best to float your top coat rather like digging it into the polish. Just kind of drop a bead and then pull it along. Next up we have Cotton Candy, and this is a bleached pink neon cream. I love pink neons and pink nail polish in general, so I definitely like this color. And I love candy, so I really do like this concept. It's just making me want to go to the bulk store and buy a little bit of candy. Honestly, some of these, if you don't have any ridging on your nails, could potentially work in one coat. Like I said, they have a thicker formulation, so this one was pretty much opaque on my index finger in one coat. So if you're blessed and lucky that you don't have any ridging, you might be able to get away with one coat, but I just felt all of these perform better with 2 or 3 coats. This is such a classic kind of bleached neon. I love it. It would definitely make me smile on a sunny day. Here we have Rock Candy. This one is a light purple neon cream. It's kind of like just leaning into like orchid territory, but it's still quite pink. I will have a comparison shot of all the polishes side by side at the outro of my video if you're curious, and I did find it to be very satisfying to look at that, so it's the same as my thumbnail really, but you can just see it better probably. This one again has a really lovely formula, really good coverage in just one coat, but you know, most people are probably going to want to do two. And you can see how it dries down to this sort of satiny finish, which is really interesting. And you can also see here what I mean about if you don't let the polish dry enough in between coats and before you top coat, you get like kind of denting at the very base where I dropped the brush down on my nail. So do let these dry. They do have a bit of a longer dry time than most polishes that I work with, but that probably has to do with them having like a whitened base. Next up we have Gummy Sharks, and Gummy Sharks is a bleached bluey teal neon cream, and this is another interesting shade. I really liked it. I don't really have anything like it in my collection, and this one had a slightly thinner formula in comparison to the other ones. I like this formula a lot, and I like the color. Again, this one was like beautiful coverage in one coat on my index, but I guess for posterity, I'm going in with two. But on my middle finger, there's, I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's like almost darker spots where you can see my nail through it. But once I applied the second coat, totally opaque, fantastic coverage. And then that was my fault. I think I had some polish from one of the other polishes I swatched in the top coat brush, so it kind of got on my middle finger. But it wasn't a pigment issue with the polish, it was just my top coat had other color on it. Now we have Orange Creamsicle, which is a bleached orange neon cream. The rest of the polishes I swatched over a ridge filling base coat, and I mean, maybe it was just my imagination, but I just feel like these performed better over the other base coat I was using. But I don't know, you be the judge, let me know what you think. And maybe it has something to do with the base color interacting with like a tinted base. I don't know what it is, but I just thought they looked better over and performed better. It's more about the performance, because you can see here, I guess it looks pretty opaque, but I don't know, maybe I was just being super critical in my application, or I could see something that isn't translating on camera. This one's giving like a tiny bit of craft dinner, but not quite as orange. Yeah, so I do like this color. Next up we have Lemon Heads, and this one's a bleached neon yellow cream. I always love these shades. This one's a really nice version of it. It's got a tiny bit of green to it, but it's mostly yellow. And again, swatched this one over a ridge filling base coat, but I don't recommend that. It could just be that the ridge filling base coat has like a stickier consistency, so the polish doesn't glide over the nail as well, which is a bit counterintuitive, but I mean, they still perform really well. And if you're not being ridiculously picky or swatching it with like a macro camera on your fingers, then 2 coats would probably still be good, but I was just being very nitpicky. And last but not least, we have Peach Rings, which is a bleached peach neon cream. This one is really bright. It's that classic peachy bleached neon, and I do love it. When you're as pale as me, these are the kinds of polishes that make your tan pop a little bit better. And I really had to adjust the camera for this one to make sure I was catching it accurately, which I think I did. It is a really pretty shade, and I feel like this is the kind of color a lot of people who go to the salon get their nails painted in the summer. So you can do it at home if you want. Again, this probably would have been fine in 2 coats. I mean, it is good in 2 coats, so I left it in 2 coats. I thought I was going to do 3, but I left it in 2. And the top coat obviously glosses it up. And these are all very self-leveling, so very good formulas. And just in time, my neighbor's about to start making noise. So that's it for this video. So that's the Sweets and Treats collection. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you're seeing this and getting inspired to do nail art. I don't do nail art. It's not my thing. So I feel like these would be really well suited for that, or you can always do a quick and easy Skittle. That's it for me for this video, and I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye.